DL. Hearing the story of you in the bathroom of the Santa Barbara org yelling at ghosts to go and get a body got me thinking. If you could go back in time in a time machine for 30 minutes, where and when would you go? What would you say to yourself, and how would it have changed your life? Well, it's a funny question, because if I had a time machine and I could go anywhere backwards in time, I would not go to an earlier point in my life. I've not had an amazing, exciting, incredible life, and there isn't really anything I'd want to go back. Well, actually there is, and I'll answer the question in just a second in terms of if I could go back and change something I did. But I would actually go way, way further back than my lifetime. I would go back to, the beginning of the universe and check out this whole Big Bang thing, or I've always kind of been, if I had to go back to a place in human history, I might go back to the year 0 and see if this guy Jesus Christ is actually around. Check out Nazareth and that area, and see if he was really roaming around back then and what was actually going on. I think that would be a fascinating question to answer, like how that all went down. Maybe go back there, see what happens, then move forward 50 years, spend a year or two, move forward another 50 years, spend another year or two, like watch the progression of how that really went down. I think that would be highly educational as far as the roots of Christianity, which has shaped everything about our culture and civilization. So I'd be a little curious about that. But as far as getting to the point of your question, I think you're talking about my life now. I'll tell you the point that I would go back to is I would go back to the point in time when I was a Santa Barbara org staff member, and I found out that I had a son, that I had gotten his mother gay pregnant, and that she was there in Australia and I was in Santa Barbara, and I would tell myself that it would be the biggest regret of my life, which it was, to not just drop everything and just go be a father for that boy. And a husband to gay, because we were very much in love at that time. And I'll always have a fondness for her. She's an amazing woman and did an amazing job raising my son Josh, our son. Very, very much hers. I mean, she was the one who raised him. I finally got to meet him last year, and I am very, very happy about that. But as far as life, if I could go back and change something, it would have been changing that, because I've always felt a bit regretful about that, but I can't really do anything about it, so I don't, dwell on it too much. I've just done the best I can to deal with that situation and make it work. So that's what I would go back to do, and I would basically express it just like that. I would talk to myself. I remember my frame of mind back then, and how important my post was at the org at the Santa Barbara church, and how I felt like it was, if I left, everything would fall apart, and it wouldn't, and I'd gone and done this specialist training in Los Angeles, and I'd come back, and I was the only person who could fill this role, and nobody else could do it, which is why I was stuck there. That was the reason I convinced myself that I couldn't leave, and I couldn't go be a father and a husband to this family. I couldn't do that because I owed the Scientology, my work, because I'd signed a contract and it was so important and we were saving the world. And if I could have a full 30 minutes with myself back then, I think I could get it across to myself that that's not at all what I was really up to doing, and that I really had bigger responsibilities that I should be taking care of that were very real in the real world compared to these, sort of pie in the sky ideas of saving the world. When I was, when you're 21 or 22 years old, it is really easy to sell a person on that, because they just think that they're, there's a lot of reasons for it, but I won't lay my, thing on everybody, but I'll just say that, it's not hard to convince young people that they are way more important than they really are. And that's what I would do.